Hi there. The purpose or intention of this video is to teach you how to use tapping or EFT in order to move energy and fear. The energy of fear that we're going to be moving today is the one that keeps you from feeling lack of confidence or like you can't move forward or you're not good enough to do something well. Sometimes we're afraid, we lack bravery, we're scared to go forward, we don't know if it's worth it to do it, we don't know if we're good enough to do something, and that keeps us frozen and it disables us from being able to move forward. So this video will not only teach you how to use tapping in order to move that, but we will actually move a fear right now together, a fear that you have about going forward, about not doing something well enough, about being afraid, being frozen, not feeling secure in yourself. Okay? So what I'd like you to do is think of something that you feel afraid to move forward about. Something that you don't feel very brave about, you're afraid you're not good enough, you don't feel courageous, you're worried or stressed about it. I'd like you to think about that. And once you have that in mind, I'd like you to also think about, where do you feel the emotion of fear in your body? Where do you feel that lack of bravery, that lack of confidence? Just notice, scan your head, your body from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. Where do you feel it? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it in your belly? Do you feel it in your head? Where do you feel it? What is it that you feel? And I'd also like you to just measure on a scale of 1 to 10 how high that fear is. 10's the highest, 1's the lowest. How high is the fear that you have about this? Great. Now that you have that, let's begin. So you're not only going to learn how to do this for yourself in the future, we're also going to be actually doing the healing work right now together. Let's begin. Everything I do, you do. Wherever I tap or touch, you tap or touch. Remember, you can refer back to the basic video to see the points once more so that you know exactly what the points are. I explained it in the basic video. Here we go. Even though I feel afraid to move forward in this way, I completely love and accept myself. And even though I really don't completely love and accept myself, I completely love and accept myself. And even though I'm afraid, I'm scared, I don't think I'm good enough, I completely love and accept myself. This fear, this worry, I'm not good enough, or I am good enough, but I'm afraid to do this. This fear, I'm scared, I'm worried. I don't know if I can do this right. I don't know if I'm good enough at things. I don't know if other people are going to think I'm good enough. I'm worried about what people will think of me. I'm worried about being rejected. I'm worried about failing. I'm afraid to put myself out there. I'm scared that I really can't do this. I'm scared that I don't know how to succeed. This worry, this fear, this worry and this fear about something irrational. Even if I know that I can do this, there's a part of me that's afraid of it, and I don't know why. Even if I'm totally confident, I still feel afraid for some reason. This fear, this fear, this fear that I have, this lack of confidence, this stress, I keep thinking of the worst case scenarios that will happen instead of the best. This fear, this fear, this fear. Take a nice deep breath in and a great long exhale out. Now what I'd like you to do is just check in with yourself. Notice, what was I thinking about during that time? What was I feeling about? And on a scale of 1 to 10, is my anxiety or my fear about it the same? And if it is, that's fine. If it's gone higher or lower, that's also fine. Is it still where it was before, or has it moved? Go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. Let's begin again. Even though I have this fear of going forward, I lack confidence in myself or in the situation, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm worried about it, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm afraid of failing sometimes, I completely love and accept myself. This fear, I've done hard things before. There's other things I know I've done in the past that I did get through. Matter of fact, I've had a couple of successes in the past. I wish I had more successes. I wish I was more successful than I am. Sometimes I wish I was somebody else. Sometimes I look at other people and I think, how come they're doing that so easily? This fear, it bums me out that I have this fear because I think it's holding me back. I don't want to be somebody that's held back by silly stuff. And yet it doesn't feel so silly. But I know there's been times when I kind of was forced. I just had to do it. And every time that happened, I did do okay. Even the times when it seemed like I failed, or I fell on my face, I did learn from those experiences. It did teach me something. So I guess it had value. It did have value when I wasn't perfect at something. I want to be perfect at things. I want to be able to do it spot on. I guess I'm afraid of being rejected, or disappointing myself, or other people, or not being perfect, not being good enough. I don't like to fail in front of people. I don't like people to see me learning. I want them to, I guess, already think I'm an expert. But I am human. I am imperfect. I guess it's silly to think I should be perfect at everything, or even anything. Maybe I could give it a try, but honestly, I'm still afraid. I'd like to not be afraid. I'd like to be able to be one of those people that just goes for it, but I'm scared. I guess I'm afraid that I'll feel silly, or afterwards I'll feel regretful, or like I didn't do a good enough job. Maybe I'm afraid other people will judge me the way I judge myself. I hope people don't judge me. I wouldn't judge other people in that way. Take a nice deep breath. A great long exhale. Okay. Now, what did you notice? What was coming up for you? What thoughts? What feelings? I'd also like you to just notice how you feel in your body. What's happening in your body? Sometimes you'll start feeling some energy movement. Sometimes you'll feel shifts happen within you. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But I'd also like you to check on a scale of 1 to 10. The fear. Imagine doing that thing you were afraid of doing. Is it the same? Is it still the same? Is it higher? Is it lower? Has it moved at all? Just go ahead and check in. We'll keep going. Sometimes you might have noticed that it'll move down a couple of points, and it'll seem strange, like, how did that happen? But we'll keep going. We're just stay curious and we see what happens. Even though I'd like to feel really confident, I know I can't be perfect. That's silly. I completely love and accept myself. And even though I'm a human being and everybody needs to learn and everybody needs to sometimes fall on their face because that's how we learn too, and I don't like doing that, I completely love and accept myself. And even though I want to be somebody that goes for what she or he wants, I want to get what I want in life, I completely love and accept myself. I'm feeling a little more confident. I don't know if I could jump right out there and do it right now, but maybe it's possible. It's possible I could do it. It's possible I could be even good at it. Maybe I haven't been giving myself enough credit. Maybe I'm actually more courageous than I thought. I think of the times when I have done things in a courageous way, stuff I've taken for granted. I can be pretty brave. Sometimes I'm pretty brave. I do have skills. I do have things that I am good at. Maybe I haven't been really thinking about myself in the right way. There are people that are more able than me, and there are people that are less able than me in this way, in this particular field, this particular thing I'm worried about. That's okay. The world has variety. It would be useful for me to step out on a limb, try new things, or go for it. Matter of fact, I could probably even imagine myself doing that. I can imagine myself starting to go for it. I can actually see myself walking through some of the stages of it, going to do the thing that I previously was afraid of. I'm imagining that now. I can say I actually can do it well. I can breathe and be calm while I do it. I can feel good while I do it. I might even be actually really good at it. And if I mess up, that's okay. If I get nervous or anxious, that's okay. If I get worried, that's okay. I know how to fix that now, too. I know how to breathe. I know how to relax myself. I know how to use tapping now. That'll help. Maybe it's okay if I just try it out and I go for it. Take one step. I can already imagine it. I'm doing pretty well. And then if it turns out that it's not for me, I won't pursue it anymore. Let me just take the first step. I think I can do that. Let me just take the first step. I feel pretty confident about that. You know, I'm actually pretty good at a lot of stuff. I do feel confident. I feel capable. I'm secure. I am good at a lot of things. I can do this. I can do this. Of course I can do this. It's silly that I even thought I couldn't. But fear's normal, and that's okay. I can do this, and if there's hiccups along the way, that's fine. I can do this. Let me take the first step. I'll take the first step. I can do this. Yeah, I'm feeling braver. I can do this. Good. Now take a nice deep breath. I'd like you to do the same thing you did before. Just notice, what are the thoughts, the feelings, what came up for you while we were doing that? Now what I also want you to do is just check in on your body. See how your body feels. Usually there'll be a shift. You'll feel a lifting of some of the weight that you had about the issue. Sometimes some people feel lightheaded at this point. They'll feel tingly in their body, maybe numb in certain places. What that is it's all the energy that's moving. And now I'd also like you to measure on a scale of 1 to 10, 10's the highest, 1's the lowest, where are you at? If you've dropped down further, that's great news. If you've stayed at the same, you need to keep going and doing this video. If you've gone higher, which is unlikely, you need to keep going and doing this video. The energy's stuck, it really needs to move. If you haven't dropped down to like a 1 or a 0 at this point, do this video again. Start it at the beginning. You want to bring yourself down to a 1 or a 0 before you let go of the issue, because you want to fully move the energy. Don't half move the energy, fully move the energy. And so just one more time with me. This will be real brief. Just do this with me. I feel good. I feel capable. I feel brave. I know I can do this. I'm okay. I'm pretty good at many things. It's okay to fail. I can do this. I can do this. I can take the first step. I can do this. Nice deep breath in. Great long exhale out. Good. Go back to the beginning if you're not down at a 1 or a 0 at this point. And I look forward to seeing you at the other videos where we get to move other types of fear.